NFL Week 5 Power Rankings. Number 10, I have the Dallas Cowboys. They have played 4 impressive weeks of football so far. Their offense is as good as we thought, and their defense, especially Trevor Diggs, have exceeded expectations so far. And their only loss was a 2-point loss to the Bucks. Outside of that, they pretty much dominated. And I have the Cowboys at my 10th spot, and I think they really deserve it. And you got number 9, Baltimore Ravens, down one spot. They had a good win over the Denver in their stadium. And it was just an overall good win, good encouraging win. Only reason they dropped one spot is because I thought some other teams have some better wins, but a good win. There's nothing really much to complain about, and that's why Ravens are at 10. Number 8, Green Bay Packers, down 2 spots. Their offense could have been a little better. It was a kind of an ugly win, but it was a win nonetheless. A 2 possession win over a good Steelers defense. And Packers, their offense wasn't the greatest that game, but they won and by a lot. And they only dropped 2 spots because their win was kind of ugly, and every other team on here, outside of the Rams and Raiders, won. So the only reason they dropped 2 spots. Being on number 7, Kansas City Chiefs, a good bounce back win versus the Eagles. Their defense is still concerning to me. They let up like 30 points against the Eagles. Offense back on track. Mahomes 5 touchdowns. And last 2 weeks, it was mainly their defense, and their defense has to get some things right if they want to go deep into the playoffs. On number 6, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Very impressive win over a good Raiders team. Their defense has done really well. Offensive line has done really well. Herbert is looking like an MVP, and their receivers are good. They fixed their weak spots from last year, which was their offensive line and secondary, and they're looking like a great team right now, ready for a playoff spot. At number 5, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, down 1 spot. Tom Brady was off against the Patriots. He was missing some deep throws. Their defense was good, kept them in the game, and it was a win, but it was kind of an ugly win on offense, and it really shouldn't have been that close. And Buccaneers just didn't get many touchdowns, and Tom Brady was off that night. Number 4, I have the LA Rams. They just got beat by the Cardinals in every aspect of the game. Murray run with his legs, and he managed to pass as well. And that Rams offense, just turnovers early on, destroyed them, and their defense could not stop Kyler Murray. And number 3, I have the Cleveland Browns. Really ugly win. Their offense really couldn't do much, only scored 14. Their defense, though, has been playing great these last 2 weeks. Only reason they didn't drop was because of their defense. Their offense, though, has to get better than they were last week. Number 2, Buffalo Bills. Another impressive win over the Texans, 40 to nothing. They look much better than that Week 1 performance. They look like the 2020 Bills with the 2019 defense, and they're looking great right now, looking for a Super Bowl. Teams that dropped out, Las Vegas Raiders, they just never got started. They dropped 21 to nothing in the first half, and they almost got themselves back but didn't. And their team just didn't play great. Their defense allowed Herbert to play like an MVP. Their offense couldn't get anything started, especially in the first half. And you have number 1, Arizona Cardinals. They beat the Rams, who was in my number 1 spot last year, and they beat them bad. Their defense has been really good so far, and their offense, as expected, has been good. And I think what really surprised me is that defense and all the weapons they have when have been have met their expectations so far, and they're just looking like a great overall round team right now. And these are my Week 5 NFL Power Rankings.